Greetings, greetings. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Welcome back. You're still with us. Yes, yes. I'm glad you're still with us. Hopefully, you've been getting a lot of value so far as dealing with the last lessons. We talked about the screenings, talked about the phone screening, talked about the actual the physical screening on the first one, as well as the first screening before the physical when you do all your labs. And we talked about the check-in. So now we're at number 6, which is this is the best one of all, right? Compensation, the stipend, right? I'm gonna use this in green for you all, okay? This is the best part. This is what you're there for. This is the cash flow, right? Okay, we're gonna say, because this right here is the step-by-step process, right? How to increase your cash flow. So we're at number 6, compensation. They say it rules the nation, right? Also, it's called stipend. As they say, put a smiley there. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar dollar bill, y'all. Excuse me. Now, compensation. So, and part of our secrets too, which is how to the step-by-step method, how to increase your cash flow, doing various studies without having side effects. Compensation. This is number 6 in this lesson. This is mainly how the how would I say, the facilities. This is mainly how the facilities will pay you. All right, and dealing with the payment method. Now, certain facilities pay different. A lot of them are moving more towards the digital aspect, not towards the checks. You know, we have PBD, who's a real big, a big one in Texas and Austin. They still do the check format. You know, with Chase Bank, their checks will be made to Chase Bank, and I'm actually going to put a video below showing a resource of when I first got my check, with my backstory, when everything changed for me. You know, I was so happy. It was $8,000. I think it was 25 days, 25 days or 30 days, one of those. But it was so beautiful to get that check, hold it in my hands. And can you imagine that? I mean, you hold that check in your hands, it could take care of what, like 3, 4, 5 months worth of expenses, or it could take care of all your bad debt, right? Or a lot of it. It could put a dent in a lot of it, or it can help you to jumpstart your business, to get all your advertising, to make your funnels, or to make whatever business, whatever idea, whatever you want to get out there to the marketplace or to the world, to just that dream can come true. It can take care of a lot of, maybe you could buy your own home like I did. So far as with my first to stay, you can get your own place to stay, right? Have your own house for pennies on the dollar, right? With other information I'm gonna share in the bonus of this in this actual course, this training course. But there's so much you can get with that money that you're gonna have, that big chunk, and yeah, it can change everything. So like I said, PPD definitely gives you the checks. A lot of times when you do a study, some of them also give you a card. So let me give you an example. Let me show you my money clip. Let me show you an example of worldwide. So this is like, for instance, worldwide. So this is a card. I covered it up so you can see, but see that? That's the worldwide card. Hopefully you can see that, right? This is how they look. It's a card. You know, a lot of them have it. You know, a lot of them have this card nowadays, and they'll give it to you, and it'll be a card that dictates your your payments. They'll load the money from the facility on your card literally within like hour, like less than an hour. It'll be on your card when before you leave, the money will be there, right? Which is a good thing. When you have an outpatient visit, we covered inpatient, outpatient the last lesson. The outpatients, when you show up there, within minutes, your money is loaded up, right? If you're in the house, in the facility, when you leave, the money will already be there, right? So a lot of times, it's great that to have the card. You know, now is there a versus, or is there a compromise between card and check? Well, I'd say not really. You know, I mean, the bottom line of it is that, you know, you're getting your money, and no matter what, they're going to pay you. You're getting paid out. A lot of times what they usually do in these studies, just so you know, say for instance, let me give you an example. Say for instance, there was a study I remember I did, and this is what happened. The study was, it was around 10 days long, $4,000, never forget. This is at Covance in Dallas. And they actually had direct deposit, right? And I gave them my information ahead of time when you're in the screening before the physical, and they put that information through. So if you do get in the study, and if you do dose in the study, the minute you dosed, that's when they're going to start the process of finding out, you know, putting it through to their banks, to their merchants, so the money can already be ready and available for you when you leave. A lot of times it could be ready and available 2-3 days before you even leave the facility, right? Before you're even done. The money's already there and hit your bank, direct deposit, or you have a check made out for you, or to go on your card, as we talked about. It's called compensation, stipend, in case you might wonder what that is. Stipend is just another word for compensation. Same thing. For instance, PBD uses compensation worldwide. They may use stipend, right? This different slang, but they're synonymous terms, okay? I don't want y'all looking at that thinking, what does that mean? but but like I said, some studies, like this one I did 10 days, and at Covance, they put the money in direct deposit. Now, when they do that, it's already there, but some people didn't have direct deposit. Some people, they had to give their checks. And when they give their checks, they went and they cashed the check. Usually the bank will charge you, if you don't have a bank account there, they'll charge you a fee, you know, $5, $8, $10, depending on what the bank is. And they'll charge you that fee to cash your check and to give you all your money, right? Other times as well, say that was just when I was in. Now there was another study I did where it was around, I think it was 12 days, but this time I had an outpatient. So it was 12 days, I had an outpatient, and then I had a phone call the day after the outpatient, okay? In this study, and this was 12 days, this was, I think, for like 5,500. It was a really, really good one. I never forget it, right, at Icon. And in this study, when you go in there and you do that study like that, you got to understand what's going on, that they're going to break up your payments. PBD is really, really good for this well, because I've done more studies there. So actually, I use them for a better example, because I've done one the same thing with them. But it was like, I think this was like, this was 18 days. Yeah, it was 18 days, and I had a phone call 2 days after, right? So really, the study was 20 days long, okay? It was there, $6,000. They gave me, the compensation they gave me at PBD, they only gave me $4,000 check, cash in hand. Well, excuse me, check in hand the day I left, okay? On that 18th day. I had to wait until the phone call, right? And when that phone call came, that's when they gave me the other money. It was a check, but they mailed it to me, the bonus. It's called your bonus check, right? And the reason why they do this is because they need to know your money that they're giving you. They need to know, were you late to any of your procedures? A lot of times, right? Because they're going to take money from you for that. Were you really being mean to the staff? Were you really being belligerent? Were you being just insubordinate? Were you being just, you know, just a bad lab rat, so to speak, right? Were you being a bad participant? Were you being an awful volunteer, right? You know, a study subject that was just really hard on everybody there, right? Well, they dock you for that kind of stuff. So they're going to take that out of your money. So don't be surprised. It's like that old saying, you reap what you sow, right? What you did in there is going to reflect on your check out here, right? So just make sure you know that. And after I got out the study, when I did the phone call, the money got sent to me, and I got mailed out that day. It took like 2-3 days to get to me, because I was in San Antonio at that time, and PBD is in Austin. So it took like 3 days, and I remember I got it in the mail, right? So other times, like the one I said with the Icon, that situation, or better yet, that's not the worldwide. Like for instance, another gentleman I know, he got his money on his card, and he got it like literally when he had a phone call, he got his. It didn't get mailed out to him. It got loaded up within less than an hour. I think it's like 30 minutes, like 20 to 30 minutes. So that's why I say they're all gravitating towards the card that have some kind of a debit upload card, and that makes it quicker. But even if it is a check, still you're going to get compensated. Still, it's going to get broken up how it is, right? And that's why I say inpatient, outpatient. You want to think about that, because it weighs in with your compensation, what you're going to get paid. If you want to get paid all in one chunk, you don't want to wait, than the inpatient ones where you stay in there and you have no outpatient visits afterwards. You don't have a phone call afterwards. You just stay in for the days and you're out, right? And they pay you. Them the ones you want to look for to get all your compensation and your stipend, right? Other studies, if people want to do outpatient, you got to know they're going to break this up. You're going to get like maybe 60, 70% always up front after you're done with your dosing and everything like that. And then usually a rule of thumb, they'll give you the rest. They'll break it up. They'll either load it on your card or they'll send it out there in the mail. That's how they do it with the outpatients, right? Because remember, they got to order everybody's check at the same time, right? And everybody's labs got to be in. They can't just order one check at a time. It takes too long. So they get everybody's check at one time, but they got to wait for everybody's lab work to come in and see if everybody's okay, everybody's safe, everybody's all right. All right? Does that make sense? Okay. So with that being said, thank you and see you in the next lesson.